So people often ask us, why don't we focus on in-home care? And the reality is that in-home care is quite expensive and most Americans aren't going to be able to afford it. Let me break it down for you. If the average cost of in-home care in our country today is $27 an hour, that's what people are paying caregivers to come in their home and care for their loved one one-on-one. Times that by 24 hours in a day, okay? This is going to be running you about $648 per day. Now, if your loved one needs care and assistance 30 days out of the month, so times it by 30 days, we're down to $19,440 per month for your loved one to have one-on-one in-home care. Most seniors can't afford that. Most daughter Judys can't afford that. So this is really just kind of unattainable for most families. And what they say is, well, don't worry, I'll take nights and weekends. I just need someone to come while I'm at work. Okay, well, that's still going to run you $4 or $5 grand. And this number doesn't even include the mortgage. It doesn't include the activities, the food, the medication, anything else that this senior may need to live a normal life. This could be $20,000, $25,000 easily to keep your loved one at home. And if you're helping out, say goodbye to going to Johnny's soccer game, Sarah's ballet practice, right? Book club, wine club, church, poker night, soccer, you name it. It's not happening, okay? Because your loved one needs 24/7 care, and that's now a 24/7 job for you. So let's say you do decide to put your loved one into a care home, okay? The average stay in a care home is 3.5 years. 3.5 years times 12 months, that's 42 months. 42 months that your loved one may or may not need care, but more than likely that is how often. That's the average amount of care that they're going to need. Times that by $5,500 every single month. Because that's the average cost of care in a residential assisted living home. That's going to cost you $231,000 over the course of those 3.5 years. That is a lot of money. Mind you, it's not going to stay at $5,500, right? It increases every single year. The cost of care has increased 84% over the last 20 years. Every year it's going up and up and up. So your first year might be $5,500. The next year might be $6 grand and then $6,500. So this could be easily $250,000. Now, people tell me all the time, this is too expensive, this is too expensive. What do I do? And that's where we come into play, right? We show people how to own and operate residential assisted living care homes, not just so that they can cash flow on single family real estate. I mean, that's a beautiful part of this, but also they can have a place to go if and when their loved one needs care. So this $230K, it's now back in your pocket. And instead, you're making $10,000 a month. Let me show you how. If the average cost of care is $5,500 per month per person times 10 residents living in the home, you're bringing in $55,000 of monthly gross income, okay? You don't take all of that home. We have to take out the expenses, the monthly expenses, like paying the staff, right? Getting food and electricity and cable and liability insurance and all those different things. Let's call it $35,000 every month. So we're gonna take that out right there. And now the mortgage. You guys, real estate is expensive these days. It's pricier than ever. Interest rates, inflation, right? You can't even get a nice home for $5K anymore. We're talking maybe a mortgage of $10,000 a month to house those 10 seniors. So there, we put that in right there. This leaves you with $10,000 of monthly net income. Now, you know, that looks pretty good when we're talking about spending $19K a month, you know, wasting $231,000 over the course of 3.5 years. But here, your loved one, guess what? You don't have to worry about this. You're saving this, and you're making this. And that's a beautiful thing. But here's the thing. You're gonna have to invest to get there. Let me break that down for you, okay? Maybe you're thinking about coming out to our 3-day training. But you're scared. You're like, it's expensive, right? The ticket's almost $5,000 just to come to your class. That's a lot of money. Well, guess what? A college education's a whole lot more expensive, but I digress, okay? Listen, $5,000 for your ticket to come out, and maybe flights it could cost you $1,000. I don't know where you're flying in from, Timbuktu. We'll call it $1,000. Now, your Uber, your hotel, your food. I mean, hey, we provide the lunches and dinners. We give you snacks and cocktails, but breakfast is on you. So, your food, maybe, whatever you need while you're out there. Hotel, let's call it an additional $1,000. It's going to cost you maybe max $7,000 to get your butt out to Phoenix to our 3-day fast track to learn how to cash flow $10K a month for the rest of your life, to save yourself that $230,000. That's a pretty good deal if you ask me. An investment of $7K right there, saving you and making you money in the long run. But the choice is always up to you. Coming to our 3-day fast track, it's not just about what it costs to get there. It's not just about the travel it takes or staying in a hotel for a weekend. It's about the investment you're making. When you make that decision to come, you make that decision to invest in yourself and change your life, change your family's life. Change the trajectory of the financial freedom in your community, in your family. And that's a beautiful thing right there. I invite you to come out to our 3-day training. You can click the link in our bio and learn more about it today. And I'll see you in Phoenix.